Happy birthday to you. Dear Ryan. Ooh. Ooh.
All the Norvilles have lived in New York City for their whole lives. We were all born and so far raised here as the ultimate New Yorkers. My mom was also born and raised in New York, and Kyle is first generation American as his family's from Barbados. No matter how much I try to leave, New York just feels like it defines me. From my years of dating, my first apartment, my first job, all my different hairstyles, my career changes. I mean, I started my business out the corner of our apartment, and now it's grown into something I could have never believed. But then there's also the question of where would we even go? I know naturally, Los Angeles also feels like home. The kids love it there. We also have community and friends out there. We love the beach. I hate the winter. It would seem like a really easy decision. But unfortunately, LA also brings up some logistical issues for us. This year, I really want to figure out what I want to do. I want to either figure out how we're going to stay in New York, or I want to get up the courage to finally leave. And with my birthday, the new year, and all the time I spend alone at work, I thought it was the perfect time to really sit and evaluate what I want to do and come to a decision. I think I was just so tired of being so indecisive about it. And as you can probably tell from the title of my video, we ultimately do make a decision, but these next few days and moments here just signify me just spending time alone in my studio and quiet, meditating, thinking, praying, getting advice from other people, just ultimately looking for a sign or some sort of guidance on how to make the decision of either staying in New York or leaving. And the most important thing to know about this city, if you've never lived here, is it is close to impossible to make a rational decision about this place. It is so intense and it's filled with high highs and low lows. On a good day in New York, you will never want to leave this city. On a bad day in New York, I just want to take the first train, bus, plane, anything, but just get out of this city because it's soul sucking. So taking your emotions out of the decision is close to impossible. So where am I at with this move? Why does it feel like this should be such more of an easier decision than it's been for me? Yes, New York is my hometown. It's where my family is. It's where I've had my kids. It's where I've had my first apartment and job, where I went to college, where I met my husband. When I'm honest with myself, I know that I've not been happy in New York for maybe the last 4 years. I've wanted to slow things down a bit. I've never wanted to have kids here. I've always wanted to give them something different. Their family's here, we can always visit. And I just want them to know there's a whole world out there. I didn't really grow up with that exposure and with that experience. Realistically, also, raising kids in this city is very unsustainable. It's expensive. Childcare is more than my rent. And healthcare is really difficult being self-employed. And it's just something about the fact that I feel like I've already lived 10, 15 different lives here already. I feel at peace with this city already. I feel like I've done what I've needed to do here. And so I've felt just very unsettled here. And that's just such an uncomfortable feeling. Do I want to deal with the unique issues of a new city, whether that's needing a car, getting a new apartment, new daycares and everything, and the possibilities of failure in a new city and shortcomings and, the difficulties of, trying to build from zero again. Do I want that? Does my family want it? And it all makes things so complicated. And I wish sometimes I wish someone could just make the decision for me. I always thought there would be this just big defining moment that would let me know, and I've got nothing. I just sit at a crossroads here, and I just wonder, am I just gonna stay in New York, scared forever to be uncomfortable again? Or am I going to potentially look outside the world as I know it and redefine what home means?
Bonjour. Ciel. Tu me dis bonjour. Et ça va?
Ultimately, I never really got the sign that I was looking for until I randomly last year decided to apply for a French artist visa. I knew full well that I wouldn't get it, and no one outside the country would consider me an artist. I barely consider myself an artist many times, and so I didn't expect to get it. But in January, I received a piece of mail with a French visa inside that gave us 3 months to make a decision on whether we would move to France or not. And so after speaking with our family and giving it much thought, we packed our bags and made the journey across the ocean. We're still in the process of moving, and so much to learn, and there's so much I'm going to share: our discoveries, our shortcomings, the inevitable immigration issues that I hear about. But ultimately, I think there was no definite right or wrong decision. New York is not right or wrong, Paris isn't right or wrong, LA is not right or wrong, or any city in between. But I think that what I couldn't allow was a city to define who I was anymore. I don't think anything defines you except you, and you design your own life, and you have to decide what that means for you. And so I simply decided that I was going to design the life I wanted to live. And Paris has been a dream of mine for about 10 years now. And all too often I just find that we vocalize dreams that we have with no intentions of realizing them. We think that they're too far or too outlandish, and I just felt like I couldn't let that go on any longer. And so here we are. We are going to be here hopefully for the next few years, and I have so much content and so much to share about it, but ultimately definitely let me know if there's anything particular that you want me to share about this journey. And I just really can't wait to hear your recommendations, hear any advice you have about immigrating to Paris from New York or elsewhere. And yeah, the beginning of a journey starts, and I cannot wait to see where it takes us.